and welcome to Knit All the Things. My name is Laurel. I'm also known as West Maven on Instagram, Ravelry, and Tier. If you're new, this is a space where I talk about all the things I'm knitting, all the things I want to knit, all things yarn, just all the things. And if you're returning, welcome back, Knitting Bestie. I can't wait to catch up with you. In this week's episode, I have a finished sweater. I also have a brand new cast on that we haven't even talked about. And I'm gonna need your help figuring out how to finish something that I started and I ran out of yarn. I have a couple ideas that I wanna present to you guys, and then I want you to tell me and I will do whatever you guys say. So you have all the power this week. So grab your knitting or your project, get cozy, and let's go. Okay, so I'm going to start off by talking about the sweater I'm wearing. This is the Snowy Forest sweater. This is a pattern by Midori Hirose, and I am so in love with this sweater. It was featured in Lina magazine issue winter 2020, and it really has been, once I saw it, on the top of my list. And back in 2020, I don't think I was quite capable of knitting this, or I didn't feel like I could, so I hadn't even considered it. But I am so happy that I did. I used Pom Pom magazine in collaboration with Hobbii yarn. It's called Garland. It is a cotton yarn. I think it's 85% cotton, 15% alpaca. The fuzz is the alpaca. So in this particular yarn, the base yarn is like white, and the alpaca has been separately dyed and it's black. So this is my sweater. It's a beautiful cabled yoke. There's two different styles of cable, and yeah, I really love it. I did make one modification, which I'm gonna try to stand so you guys can see me, but I don't know if you can. So we'll do our best. I decided to put some short rows in because when I originally tried this sweater on, once the yoke was done, the back of this sweater was much higher than the bottom of the yoke, and I didn't want it to look like this when I was wearing it. I wanted it to come down at least as long as the sweater, if not slightly longer in the back. So I added short rows. I feel like there is two places you could add short rows for this one. One being just below the yoke. Once you've split 4 sleeves, you could do a little, wedge right there. I put mine just above the ribbing. And this is the very first time that I have ever added short rows that were not written in a pattern. Like, as in, sometimes it'll say like optional short rows if you want or whatever, but this one isn't any short rows, so I just decided to add them. I feel like they turned out pretty well. I do think I could have done them slightly better, but that's okay. I basically split the front and the back and then went just slightly forward of that, and then started my short rows, and then started, going back and back and back. And I think I did either 4 or 6 short rows for this one. I can't remember what I ended up. I think I did 6. And then I did one more round of knitting, and then I started the ribbing. So that is basically the one modification I did. I did also, I feel like, almost ruin the sweater because of the cables and everything. I had soaked it and blocked it, but it was still like really heavy with water. And so I threw it in the washer just as a rinse cycle, like a rinse and spin. And it seemed very like tight when I pulled it out. So I took some time to like stretch the arms out again and stretch the body like both ways to like relax the fibers because it seemed like they kind of went tight. I feel like my other thing I was thinking of doing, if it was being weird, was to steam it after it had finished drying to see if that would like relax it again. But I got really nervous because I thought, I just shrunk this sweater that I didn't spend forever knitting, but I would have been kind of bummed. But I really do like it a lot. I think the yarn is really pretty. It gives the cables some depth. It adds a little shadow to them. And I just think it turned out so pretty. I feel like my neckline compared to the picture is a bit tighter than theirs. And it's probably just that I was a tighter knitter in that space. I don't know, maybe it's not so bad. But if you actually look at the model here, you can see the neckline in the front is high, and that's what it was doing to me. So I ended up adding the short rows to give it a little bit more length in the back. I do think you could add short rows within the ribbing if you wanted to. Claudia Quintanilla did that on a couple of sweaters I've knit of hers, and it's a really nice way to hide them and give yourself some length in the back. But overall, I really enjoyed it. The gauge on this sweater is 15 stitches by 22 rows. And I talked about this last week, but I had like 16 stitches per 24 rows, I think. And so it does have a very long yoke. It's like 13.75 inches. I don't know what that is in centimeters, but it's quite a deep yoke. And so I felt like I was a little less worried. Once I got the yoke done, I did, and went to like the raglan increases. I did try it on just to see if I was going to need to add more to like make sure I had the right depth of yoke, but I didn't need to do that. And then, yeah, I think the body length, I did knit to a size larger than I was knitting. So I think it was however many rows for one size, and then I think the next size was only like 1 or 2 more rows. So I did the additional couple rows just to make sure that it was long like I like it. And then I did the short rows. So there's that. What else can I tell you? It knit up really quickly. I used a US 10 for the body and an 8 for the ribbing. And yeah, it was such a joy. I really enjoyed knitting this. I never did figure out when it was an increase within the big cables, the written instruction. I always had to look at like the written out, like what a cable 6 increase to or whatever it was, but it all worked out. And yeah, I had so much fun that I decided to cast on another cabled sweater. So I have thought this sweater was so pretty from the moment I saw it. I think it was released in 2017. And again, this was back in that time. I don't think I had knit anything garment wise, or maybe just a baby thing. So no, I don't think I actually did until later on. But I decided I would knit the Zopf sweater. I'm gonna lean so I can put a picture here, by Midori Hirose as well. And this one features a braid like cable on each side of the neck, and it goes all the way down the arm, the sleeve, the sleeve of the sweater. And that's kind of the big detail. So I started this, I'm still on the, like I haven't done increases or anything yet. It's kind of almost like a funnel neck. And again, I'm looking at this and I think my knit is a bit tighter at the moment because I'm at a smaller circumference. So once I kind of get done with this, I might try it on just to make sure that I'm liking how it's sitting. But this is, I'll show you this side. The cable detail, it's like a braid. And I am using several yarns with this one. I decided that I really wanted to use Goodwill by Pearl Soho in the colorway Well Water. It's this beautiful like navy color yarn. And I like that it's like a gray navy. It's not like a very blue navy. It's on the like grayer side. And then I wanted to add something to it, but I did not want to add mohair because this isn't mohair, it's alpaca, but I just wanted to not have that fuzz, I guess. I want it to be not a super fuzzy sweater. And so I did swatch, here's my swatch, and I decided to hold it with this boucle yarn that I bought from Good Yarn, which is a store in Portland. They come on cones, and it's a very, very fine boucle. So I'm actually holding it double. So I'm holding 2 strands of this and then 1 strand of the Goodwill, and it's giving it a bit of a marled effect, and I do like it. And I like the fabric. It's like a nice, more open fabric. very drapey. And so I got gauge with those 3 strands held together, and I'm really excited to see. Now I'm looking at it and comparing. I think my gauge might be a bit tight, so I might real time, real problems. I might rip this out and start over, because now that I'm comparing, just even looking at the 2, I don't know. I might need to rip it out and not be so tight knitting. I'm wondering if it's tighter because I'm on a smaller circumference. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll put it on hold and try it on real quick to see if I'm liking. If you look at the pictures, it does seem like the neckband is a bit wider, so maybe that would be better to figure out before I get half the sweater done. But it is a gauge of 14 stitches, I think 20 rows-ish, and I am really looking forward to wearing this. I think it will be a great color for my wardrobe, or like, I mean, it's not black, it's black adjacent, but I am looking forward to it. I really think that the sweater has such an interesting fit. It's sort of like dolman sleeves, I want to say. It doesn't have a very long body. Like if you look at the diagram, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. If you look at the diagram of this, it's very funny shape. It's kind of a funny shape. So if you look, like the body is so short because you have like these big wide sleeves. So I think it'll be interesting to knit, and it is a weird shape, but I think that's kind of the cool thing about it. So that is kind of what I'm currently casting. I cast on last night. I think I might rip it out and start over. We'll see. I don't know how easy it's going to be with this boucle because the boucle is very, very thin. Like, I believe it's 20, I don't have glasses on right now, but I believe it's 20, so it's 2,700 yards per 100 grams. So it's like crazy, like thread thin. And it is a cashmere polyamide blend. I believe, well, I don't know for sure. It doesn't say in here. If I can find it, I will put it on the screen. But it's soft. It's not like cashmere soft in a sense of like if you had just a single strand of cashmere, it would be very, very soft. This has, because it is boucle, it has texture, but it is soft. Like it is soft, but it is very delicate. So not on the cone, but the one that I wound off, because I wound half of it off and it definitely fluffed up just even in the, being off the cone. But I wound half of it off so that I could hold it double. And I thought that would be easier than pulling from the inside and the outside because it's so delicate. But it has broken a couple of times. So that's kind of annoying. But I think now I have a little bit more understanding of like how much I need to unwind off before I get going again. So it's happened less now. But that's the project. And I am liking it. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I do think that there is definitely, it's not a very common shaped sweater. And so I feel like it's unique in that way. And I really do like the side braids. I think it's really pretty. It's something that caught my eye and I've been thinking about for a long time. And so I'm doing it. I know it's not like the popular design right now, but I love it. And so I'm going to be really happy to wear it. And yeah, so that's what I cast on. My problem that I've been having that I really want your guys' advice is this. I did not measure my yarn when I started, so that was my mistake. And so when I had 55 grams of yarn left, I thought, oh, that's plenty, and just started my decreases. This is a modified Sophie scarf. This is actually my first ever Sophie scarf. It has probably this much more left, like this much more left of it, and I'm estimating right at the moment. So it has like this much left, right? Here's my thoughts. So I knit until I ran out of yarn, like that's the end. But what I'm thinking is maybe I will go back a little bit so that I can stripe in another color. And here's where I need you guys. I have some options. And I don't know if you guys are gonna like these or not, but that's okay. But here's what I'm thinking. Option 1 would be to, again, I'm gonna go back a little bit and then stripe it in, I think, just to like do some green and then the next color, green, the next color, and then it'll just be the solid whatever. So one option is this insane pink. I would hold it double. It's a merino boucle also. I just thought it could be fun. And it's for me, so I don't really, like this is all more color than I normally wear. But that's option one. Option two would be the green striped in with this crazy thing. So this is like a black and white stripe yarn. And I just thought it's so wild that maybe it could be cool. Like again, pull this back and then stripe it in every other one. Black and white. Or I have just a black boucle that's thicker, more like the texture of this. And I could stripe that in and just have a black tip at the end. Or I could do some combination of this with this green yarn, but it's not the same green as this. So those are all of my options. I guess I could also just stripe this in, but it is quite a bit different. It's much brighter and this is more like scummy. So I feel like it could be weird, but here's the deal, you guys. I'll do whatever you say. I am here for the experience. And it's just for me, when it's cold outside to grab, I'm okay with it not really matching anything. Oh, and then I guess I just found this on my random yarns. I have this one too, this blue, which maybe. So I also have this bright blue. So those are your options. Let me know what you think. I'm totally fine with it not matching. I think it will be fine. So again, we have pink. We have black and white. We have black or green or bright blue. So please, in the comments below, leave the color you think I should do, and then I'll just do it. I'll wait for a few days to see what you guys, like give it a minute so you guys can like tell me what you think, but then I will go for it because I think it could be fun. Okay. And then the very last thing that I wanted to share with you guys would be what else I've been up to. So if you've been here for a while, you know that like a year ago, I think, I started spinning this wool and I finally finished. I have it all here. It is a Polworth. I think it's just 100% Polworth. And it's this really pretty purples and whatever. So I just finished these three. These were the last ones I spun and these were the first two. Really interestingly, like these three definitely look all very related. This one came out much darker and I just think it's the way that the colors ended up landing for whatever reason, but I kind of like it more. And then I did a 2-ply of just like whatever I had left. And it also kind of is more like this one. But yeah, I finished. It is done. I'm so happy. It was 3 braids of yarn, so I guess that's, I think they're 4 ounces each, so 12 ounces of wool. I don't know. I'm guessing that's like 100 and, ooh, guys, I don't really know. I'm gonna say like 115-ish grams each. So probably 300 and, I don't know, 50-ish grams of wool. You guys, I'm totally making that up, so don't come after me on the math right now, but you get what I'm saying. So I finished it. I'm really happy. I think it turned out really pretty, and I'm honestly so happy it's done. I am kind of sick of looking at it, to be totally honest with you. And when I first picked out the wool, I don't think I realized how blue-purple it was going to be, and if I can find the pictures of the braids, maybe I can put them over here. But I didn't know, and it really is my very first like large quantity spin. I've spun like literally 2 other braids, like just the one braid itself together. So I don't know, I think it turned out fine. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. But will I make something with it? I really don't know. That's where I'm at. I think I don't really want to right now, so we'll see. Originally, it was going to be for like one of the Traveler series, the Andrea Mowry Traveler series or one of her like hand spun situations. But yeah, I don't know. So it's done. I finished it. And now I have a bunch of bats that look like fun to spin, and I can actually do something that I think will bring me a little bit more joy. Just because at a point I just was like, I just want to get it done. I was tired, like I said, of looking at those colors. So it's done. I'm very excited. I feel like it was a big accomplishment in just that I did it, but now I'm done. Now I'm all done. So that's what I have. So again, it's a short episode today, but please let me know again which color I should finish the Sophie shawl with. Obviously, I could try to get the yarn, but I think this is more fun. And I want you guys to tell me which color you like the best. And that's what I'm gonna do. And then when I knit it and I wear it, I'll think of you guys, because you guys picked. So that's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you have knit the Zopf. I don't think very many people have knit it. Yeah. And if you want to cast one on, do it and message me. Show me the colors you picked. The other color I was thinking too, there's a yarn called Geek. That's a black blue. That's really pretty. I think would be a beautiful one. So somebody do that. And we'll have 2 black bluish ones. Okay. Until next time, you guys, if we're not yet knitting besties, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And please like this video. It tells YouTube that other fiber enthusiasts like yourself enjoy this type of content. Until next time, make some yarn magic. Bye!